to BLACKSITE tonight. We're going to talk about Tyson Foods wanting to hire 52,000 migrants after laying off 1,200 American workers. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. This seems like this was the big plan all along. The president, big business, the Chamber of Commerce, this was all set up for Joe Biden to let almost 8 million migrants into this country so they can have new free slave labor. These migrants won't complain about having wages, higher wages. These migrants will do whatever the employer tells them what to do. And this is happening in America today. And it's time to boycott Tyson Foods. If they're actually going to lay off legal American workers for migrants who are here illegally, just so they can make more money, or to say we're doing jobs that are unpleasant to Americans. Well, it seems like the 1,200 losing their jobs in Perry, Iowa right now, they wanted their job. It was that they were making too much money. So let's see this video by Bloomberg about the migrants coming in Tyson Foods capitalizing on the inflow.
Meat packer Tyson Foods is capitalizing on this inflow. And Simone, this is one of the stories that really got my attention this morning on the Bloomberg terminal. We know that critics of the White House talk about New York City migrants as illegal, but your story actually points out that they have work authorization. Walk us through what that means.
So these are asylum seekers or people applying for a very similar temporary protected status. So they apply for asylum and then they wait. But that application for asylum starts a ticking clock. And so most of them will have work authorization within 6 months. That said, they may wait for years for their very first immigration court date, and it's a good thing, frankly, for them to be able to work. It doesn't mean that they're on social services provided by New York City or elsewhere. It means that they have papers, they can go get a job, be documented workers, and this, it turns out, is actually a pretty attractive source of potential workers for places like Tyson.
So why does Tyson have these, what seems to be immense hiring demands?
So it has a turnover rate of 40%, meaning 4 in 10 of its workers every year on its what it calls its frontline workers, the folks who are, washing the chicken, looking for bones, packing it up into trays. Very few of them are going to stick around in the long term. So it needs to hire something like 52,000 people this year. It already employs about 42,000 immigrants and refugees, but it sees this part of the workforce as a particularly good one for immigrants. They like to stay. They've often come from very difficult situations, and so the company is really investing in a lot of services for them, whether it's English language classes, certain child care services, to try and convince them, come stay. You may make only $16.50 an hour to start, but this is a good job.
And this is a stable job. I can't get my words out today. So you were at a Tyson fair in New York City not so long ago where Tyson was basically making this pitch. What did you observe when you went there?
Yeah, so this is a fair put on by Tent Partnership for Refugees. This is a foundation. It's backed by the founder of Chobani. And what they did is they went out, they created a database for these new asylum seekers in New York City specifically. They recorded all their documents, and so Tyson reached out to them. They went through their database, they went through the list, said, you meet the work authorization criteria, you want to relocate, and we think also that you'll meet our physical. So these people would come in, they'd learn a little bit about the company, and for the most part, Tyson had already gone through their various details of their application, and so many of them, 17 the day I was there, and then another 70 a couple weeks later, went off to Tennessee to go start their new jobs as Tyson production workers.
So wrap this all up for us. How do these hiring programs play into the larger debate on immigration that's taking place, across our political society?
You said it earlier, illegal is a very charged term, right? Companies like Tyson have extraordinary hiring needs, and right now there's a shortage. There's 9 million open jobs. This, according to some reporting that Enda Curran and Augusta Saraiva did last week. These companies are going to look for workers as well as they can. They're going to start looking at this potential workforce of people who are here indefinitely with legal authorization to kind of fill those jobs legally. Now, what does this say about the system? Does it create perverse incentives? These are the kinds of questions that we need to asking ourselves. But, if Congress is not able to move forward on this, this is the way things are going, and it looks like programs like this one are likely to become important to how these jobs get staffed.
Yeah, especially given that.
But you notice that they have databases. They have everything for these migrants to make sure they get jobs making barely over minimum wage. That's what they want. They want basic work, little complaining, no wage hiring, and basically they can control the workforce just like it was slavery. But they don't have these databases for black people. They don't have these databases for other minorities. They just have them for migrants. They are compliant workers. That's what they want. And that's all Tyson Foods want. And this is what big business wants. This is why I told everybody that Biden will be reelected. He will be reelected by big business, the Chamber of Commerce, the Democrat Party. They will all come together to destroy American first Donald Trump, because they are looking at their bottom line. And Joe Biden is making sure that these large corporations bring in these migrant workers, and plus they get a tax credit for each worker, something like $10,000 for each worker. So when it all comes down to it, that the big business, they will end up making money off of these migrants. This is a big sham. It's a colossal boondoggle for certain corporations. And you see the people in Perry, Iowa, who are losing 1,200 jobs, are now unemployed. And they see them, well, we don't have to pay for no health care or nothing now that we're getting rid of Americans and bringing in migrants. This is the new America. This is what they want. And now they got a boatload of free labor on the backs of the American people. And big business is celebrating this. I would love to hear your comments in the comments section. I want to thank you for listening to BLACKSITE. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.